Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a regular here. This reading is for you, whatever your zodiac sign is, whether you're Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, whoever you are, this reading is meant for you. The readings, each zodiac sign is time stamped, so you can either scroll along the bar at the bottom till you find your zodiac sign, or you can go to the description and find your timestamp. You do want to watch your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign because they all count. And if you don't know your rising sign, then please go to Google and just search for your rising sign calculator, and it will give you a very easy way to find out. So, without further ado, we're starting with Aries. So settle in, make yourself comfortable, get yourself a drink, and let's do this. So Aries, your first card that's jumped out is the Two of Cups in reverse. Is there an uncomfortable truth coming for you, Aries? Something you've been avoiding? I'm glad you stopped, and I'm glad you're watching because I feel like you need to hear this. We've also got the Hermit in reverse. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to be alone. You'd rather be in a toxic relationship than be alone. To you, being in a toxic relationship is better than being alone. The Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is about the art of give and take. The Six of Pentacles is about giving and receiving. The Six of Pentacles is about maybe you've been giving in order to receive. Have you been receiving? If you really think about it, have you? Or have you just been doing a lot of giving? Which is something I think Aries are quite guilty of a lot of the time. We've also got the Knight of Pentacles. So I don't know if this is your person or if this is about your patience. Either way, this could be about, for some of you, a fire sign and an earth sign. Fire and earth. Do they work together? There's no reason why they shouldn't. But there's not enough there. There's not enough there for you, Aries. There's not enough there to keep your fire lit. Earth are very grounded, down to earth, can be boring, can be mundane, can be flat. There's not much spark there. They're not going to suddenly wake up in the morning and said, hey, let's go and do something we've never done before. That's what you need and that's what you want, and that's not what you're getting right now. But for some reason you're settling, and I don't know why that is. So let's look at these other cards. As I said, I've got the Two of Cups in reverse, which is something to do with a connection. Now, this may not be about a romantic connection. For some of you, it might just be about a friendship, or it might be a colleague that you're working with, but it's someone important in your life. I will say that it's someone important in your life. It's someone that you've spent a lot of time with. It's someone that you've invested a lot of time in. And yet now you're coming to a point where you're starting to think, is it time to break this bond? But you're finding it difficult. You know the answer is yes, but you're finding it very, very difficult to actually take that next step. It almost feels like for some of you that this person has actually already broken the bond for you, but you're the one that's having difficulty letting go. The reason being, as I said, is the Hermit in reverse, which is about you saying, oh, just don't leave me, please. I don't want to be alone. But actually, you are alone. You're just telling yourself you're not. You're kidding yourself, Aries, because you are actually already alone, because this person is no longer there for you emotionally. So actually not having them physically there is what's going to break you. It's actually the confirmation of them not being there by the fact that you can't see them anymore. That means they're actually not there. The Six of Pentacles, like I said, is the art of give and take. You've been doing a lot of giving, and it's time to It's time to admit the truth to yourself, Aries. And you know this. You already know this. I don't even need to be telling you. So let's clarify these cards. The Two of Cups in reverse. It's sad, and I get it. It's a shame. It's sad, but nothing ever lasts forever. Everything is impermanent. It's a very rare thing these days. You hear about people in relationships and they're still together till the day they die. And there's something else out there for you. This relationship served its purpose. It wasn't a waste of time. It wasn't a waste of your time. It has served a purpose. And now it's time to move on and open up to the next thing. Not necessarily a relationship, but just be open to what's coming next for you. Because you're denying yourself so much. Two of Cups reversed. Comes in with the Knight of Swords. The Eight of Wands. You can't go back and change the past. You just can't, and that's what this card is saying. It's there's a need. There's a almost a desperation to go back and change something. A decision maybe you made in the past and you wish you'd made a different decision. Maybe it was something you said. Maybe it was something you did. And you realise what a huge mistake it was. And you convinced yourself that if you'd have done something different back then, that everything would be different now. That you wouldn't be having to make this decision. That this bond wouldn't have been broken. You don't know that. You don't know that. Something else is likely to have happened, because the way the universe works is it's given you something, it's served its purpose, and now it's time to move on. So you have to look at it differently, okay? I honestly believe that whatever happened here, if you'd done it differently, you would have still ended up at the same conclusion right now that you're in. So don't beat yourself up. Don't make it harder for yourself. The Hermit reversed. Look at this. It comes in with the Hermit reversed. You really don't want to be alone. You don't want to face yourself for some reason, Aries. You don't want to have to... It's not because you don't like your own company. That's not what this is about. This is about knowing that once you're alone and you don't have something to distract you, you have to face your own... You're going to have to be confronted by yourself. You're going to have to ask yourself certain questions, or you're going to have to answer certain questions. The wheres, the whys, you know. And you don't want to do that. Because you're going to have to admit where you went wrong. The Eight of Swords. I think a lot of this is to do with how unkind you've been to yourself. It's not about how you've treated someone else. If anything, I think you've gone above and beyond for someone that didn't deserve it. And you've put yourself last for such a long time. You've disrespected yourself. At the same time as kind of telling yourself that you deserve more. But why treat yourself like that if you deserve more? Always start with yourself. Treat yourself the way you want to be treated. And you know you haven't done that. You've kept yourself trapped. You've kept yourself restricted. You've kept yourself suffocated. You've kept yourself in the dark. And you've just been unkind to yourself. And that's what you're having difficulty in knowing that you're going to have to deal with. The Six of Pentacles comes in with the Ace of Swords reversed. And the Devil, believing that as long as all the time you're giving, you're doing the right thing. Life isn't about what you get. It is about what you give. But at the same time, there's a fine line there where you must understand and realise where you're being taken advantage of, or where someone doesn't appreciate you. Because if what you're doing is giving and it's not, it's not having the desired purpose, it's making someone's life better, or it's leaving a positive mark on someone, then it's not serving its purpose. And you're having difficulty with that as well. This person could actually be quite toxic. I mean, the devil is toxicity. And it's also very much a card that is about codependency. The Knight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. You've not been happy for quite some time. You've not been happy for quite some time. You've been anxious. You've been stressed. You've been worried. You've not been free. And you've just patiently waited and hoped and that things would get better, that you've given yourself all the excuses and reasons and nothing's changed. If anything, it's got worse. And you've had the opportunity all this time to actually end this suffering for yourself. And you haven't. Because you've been scared. Now you can. This is what you didn't want to hear, Aries. I think you probably watch a lot of readings and you hope that the reading this time is going to say everything's going to be okay in the future. You're going to, you're going to make the biggest difference to someone's life and they're going to be over the moon and you're going to run away together and live happily ever after. And they're going to change into this amazing person that you always knew they'd be. That's never going to happen. This reading is not going to ever be that reading. So accept the fact that it's done. It's over. There's so much more for you coming up. You deserve so much more. It's exciting. It's positive. And there's so much potential. But right now, that chapter is finished and you need to move on from it. Thank you, Aries. Please leave me a comment. Let me know how this reading resonated for you. And let's move on to Taurus. Taurus, whether this is your sun, your moon, your rising, this is your reading. And you might not even be any of those. You might not even be a Taurus sun, moon, rising. It might just be you think, for some reason, I feel drawn to a Taurus reading. And that's okay. You can carry on watching. There'll be a reason. The first card is the Fool. New adventures, Taurus. New adventures. Eight of Cups. New adventures, which has come from a place of making a decision to walk away from something. Decide that something's done, finished, it's over. It's not easy. It's a bit heart-wrenching. You've had to leave. Maybe you've had to leave a situation, a job, a place, a person. But you know that because you need a new start, a new beginning, a new adventure, that's the only way you could actually get that new adventure, is by letting go of something else. It's been hard, but you did the right thing. Three of Swords. This is an emotional wrench for you. Whatever it is that you've left behind feels a little bit bittersweet, but you're just getting through the worst of it. It kind of feels like if you're leaving a home that you've been in love with for all your life, and now you're leaving that home because there's something much better for you. It doesn't matter how excited you are about where you're going. It's still incredibly hard leaving something that you love dearly so much behind. Don't forget that you will always have your memories. No one can ever take those away from you. And these days, you can record everything, and if you haven't already done it, you've probably videoed and taken pictures. And I mean, the only thing you can't do now, and it won't be long, is actually record the smell of something as a memory. So Yeah, just you're doing the right thing, but it's not easy, and I get that. It's painful. It's getting you right here. And we also have the Seven of Pentacles. This is a time where you're actually thinking very carefully about what's next. You've never been one to just be impulsive or go and do something without thinking. And you're not an overthinker. You're quite steady. You're quite grounded. Once you know what you want, that's it. You know, there's not much that will shift your mind. You won't keep changing your mind, or you won't be unsure. Once you know what it is you want, you'll go after it and get it. The Seven of Pentacles in this context is about being sure. It's about saying, okay, no one can ever get it 100% right, and you understand that. But you're looking back and saying, so let me just work out exactly what I have got wrong, because I don't want to repeat those mistakes. And let's just build my ideal, you know, it's like saying these are my pros and cons. These are my do's and don'ts. These are my, does that make sense? It's like you're building yourself some actual structure here. So let's see. So the first card, let me show you again, is the Fool. You're moving on from something that has been, I feel for some of you Taurus, it has been a huge part, huge part of your life. And you're doing the hardest thing. You've pushed yourself to do this, whatever it is. And people will recognize you for that. That's not why you're doing it, by the way, but people will say to you, oh my God, you're brave. I don't think I could do that. I can just hear people saying to you now, you know, you've got to have some strength about you to do what you're doing. It comes in with the Two of Swords. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to do this. You've not been, it's not a case of, if I don't do this, then this is going to be the result, and I don't really feel like I have much of a choice. You've done this because you can, but there's an alternative. The alternative would be much easier. The alternative would be not to do this thing, just carry on as you are. It's not going to make any, you know, it's not like you're by not doing it, it's going to cause you problems. But you are pushing yourself beyond your boundaries because you're starting to see beyond what most people see. You're starting to understand there's more to life than what we give ourselves. There are no limits. The limits are what we give ourselves. We say to ourselves, well, I can do this, but I can't do that. That's ridiculous. I can't do that. And then you ask yourself, why? Why can't I? And that's exactly what it feels like you're doing right here, Taurus. King of Swords comes in with this card as well. The Two of Swords and the King of Swords. Something you've thought about deeply. This isn't something you've just, like I said, you've done impulsively, or you've thought about this deeply, and you've really had to talk yourself into it, really. Because I think there's probably been times where you've just been like, oh my God, who am I kidding? I can't do this. And then you're just like, no, this is exactly why you're doing it. Because you can, and you will. The Eight of Cups comes in with the King of Wands. Such strong energies coming in here. The King of Swords, which is the king of your mind. It's the king of your intellect and your mentality. It's, I'm thinking it, so I will do it. I'm not going to allow my thoughts to, my brain to talk me out of this. I'm in control of my brain. I'm in control of my thoughts. I am the king of my mind. And then we have the King of Wands, which is the doing card. It's the action card. It's the, I've thought it, I'm going to do it. I'm taking action. I am the king of my own actions. It's interesting. The Eight of Cups, which is, in order to do this, I have to not sacrifice, that's the wrong word, but I have to say goodbye to something else. I can't have this, I can't do this, I can't experience it unless I do that. And as I've said before in readings, in order to walk towards something, you have to walk away from something else. And that's what you're doing. And you know you're doing that. And you know it's a process. And it's the right process, but it doesn't make it easier. Also comes in with the Nine of Swords reversed. It's actually, you're walking away from a lot of, even though it's something you're finding difficult to walk away from because there's an emotional attachment to whatever this is, it's also allowing you to give your mind some rest. It's relief from worry and fear and anxiety. It's interesting. It's almost like, and I'm not saying this is what you're doing, but the only way I can equate it to is like saying, I'm not going to live in a house anymore. Even though I love that house, I've always wanted to just be a nomad and go and, travel the world and live in a tent as I do it. And in order to do that, I have to give up this house that I've loved, and it's beautiful and it's comfort and it's all of those things. But at the same time, it is worry. It's stress, it's anxiety, because I have to keep that house going. I have to pay the bills. I have to maintain the house. It's that kind of thing. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm probably one of you was saying, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm doing. So the Three of Swords comes in with the Death card, which is the change that you need, even though it's painful, but it's also productive pain. Because this pain is giving you something at the end of it that is very productive and positive. Ten of Wands reversed. It's the end of a burden. It's the end of a hard effort that you've had. And now you don't have to make that effort anymore. The Ten of Wands is always about walking up a hill continuously with a heavy burden. You're not sure why you're doing it or where you're going, until you realise that actually, why am I doing this? Let's put this down and let's just get back down to the bottom of the hill. I don't need to be at the top of the hill. Why do I need to be at the top of the hill? Seven of Pentacles. Comes in with the Five of Swords. You're evaluating, you're assessing, you're deciding what's worth doing, what's not worth doing. You're being analytical, you're being careful, you're working things out, you're making plans, and you're giving yourself the best possible chance of success. The King of Pentacles. You are in charge of your own destiny here. That's the only way I can say is that you know you're in charge of your own destiny. You know you're the one steering the ship, and that's all you can do. You don't know what's up ahead. You don't know if you're going to sail into stormy weather, if you're going to hit an iceberg, or if you're just going to get to the other side and it's all going to be smooth sailing. You don't know. But all you do know is that you are in control of as much as you can be. And you're happy to be. You're happy to be the fool. You're happy for this adventure. I can't tell you how it's going to go. At this point, Taurus, you're doing everything right. And I feel success. This is a very positive reading. You are leaving your mark on the world in a way that most people don't. And I congratulate you. And yeah, you're an inspiration. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments how this resonated with you. And let's move on to Gemini. Gemini, this could be your moon, could be your sun, your rising sign, or you might just feel drawn to a Gemini reading. Maybe you're a cross watcher and you're reading because someone else in your life is a Gemini. So let's see. You have been drawn to this reading for a reason. Whenever you're watching it, Gemini. Six of Cups. Something about the past, possibly. Is there something happening about the past? Or could be something. I always get images of children when I pick this card. Like there's children around. Or you are feeling childlike yourself. Or you're being reminded of something that happened while you were a child. I'm not sure. Let's find out. The Magician comes in reverse. The Magician is the card for Gemini as well. So I wonder if this is about you or it's about you missing something. I get the feeling you're missing something. You know you're missing something though. You know that everything feels okay, everything feels good. There's something's not quite right and you don't know what it is. You're missing a trick. You're trying. I feel like you're trying your best with something. You are determined to succeed at something. And you're like, what is it? What is it that I'm not doing? And everyone else seems to be doing it much more successfully than me. And I feel like I'm doing the same thing. What is it that's so different that I'm struggling where they're not? This is kind of what I'm getting here. But you're repeating past mistakes. And that's why the Six of Cups has come out. The King of Pentacles. You are... I think you're giving yourself too much of a hard time, if I'm honest. Because the King of Pentacles is an inspiration to people. He is someone who many people use as a... You know, people look at the King of Pentacles and go, right, that's how I want to do it. That's where I want to end up. And that's how I, you know, who I want to, I'm inspired by. I want to aspire to be like that person. Now, I'm not saying that that is you and people are looking at you in that way, but one thing I will say to you, which is really nice and it's quite rare. I don't feel like you're someone who's looking at someone else and going, oh, I wish I was more like them. I feel like you're quite comfortable in your own skin, Gemini. I think you're quite you're happy where you are. There's not much you would change as such. And maybe without knowing it, you are inspiring or influencing people. But we've also got the Two of Swords in reverse. You are avoiding something here. You're avoiding a decision or you're avoiding something that you don't want to have to do. And I don't know what that is. It's because it's something that's it's something that's not easy. It's difficult and it's mundane even. I don't know if it's difficult, mundane, or it's just like, oh no, I don't want to have to do that. But you have to do it and you keep avoiding it and you keep ignoring it. And I don't know what it is, but let's clarify. This is why you've been drawn to this reading, because it's important. The Six of Cups, which is about the past. You will never end up where you were. Okay, well, that's what I will say to you. And this counts for everyone, not just Gemini, for anyone watching. You will never, wherever you've come from, whoever you are, you will never end up going back there. And I think it's a fear that so many of us have, is that one day, oh my God, where I came from, that's going to be where I end up again if I'm not careful. that's never going to happen, because the past is where it's meant to be. It's in the past, and what happens in the future, again, we don't know. Now, it may be that there's more to come where you're going to have to deal with some difficulties or challenges or unexpected things that we all have to deal with. But I guarantee, whatever it is, it'll never be what you've already dealt with. So the Six of Cups is serving its purpose by saying, whatever you go through in life, however challenging it is, it's a bit like writing a reference book or an instruction manual, so that one day you can go, oh yeah, it's like, I remember this happened before when the washing machine broke. What did I do? Let me go back to my instruction manual. That's right. I remember tried 10 times and I just didn't get it right. And eventually I did something and it worked. So I'm going to avoid doing that thing 10 times and I'm going to do it right the first time. It's like that. That's the whole reason why you've gone through that challenge in the past. And you need to remember to go back to that instruction manual or that reference book next time something comes up that feels similar. It won't be the same, but it'll feel similar. The Six of Cups comes in with the Eight of Wands reversed. There's a lack of communication here. And things aren't moving. They're not moving forward. It feels like something where you've done this before. You're like, oh, why do I keep procrastinating? Why do I keep holding on to something? No reason for it. It's the same thing. There's something that keeps happening to you, Gemini. Page of Swords reversed. That's your card as well. The Page of Swords reversed is not learning from the first time. You can make your life so much easier. The Magician in reverse comes in with the Ten of Wands reversed. You're not realizing your full potential is what I'm seeing here. And you're still carrying around a load of stuff which is not it's not necessary. It's not who you are anymore. I feel like you're still carrying some sort of, I don't know, the burden of who you once were. You haven't quite fully understood that you're not that person anymore. It's like, yeah, it's like carrying around, I don't know how else to put it, but you can just let go of that now, because it doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. And you're not seeing your potential, and you're not using everything you've got at your disposal. I think you probably are guilty, Gemini, of doing something along the lines of finding something you're good at, finding something you enjoy, and then just putting 115% into that thing at the cost of everything else. And it's like, and then eventually you'll wear that thing out, and then you're like, oh, now what do I do? And then you've got to start again. Whereas what you should do is understand the things that you are excelling at and doing well and enjoying. And that's like, oh, okay, that's okay. So I'll do that thing once a week or whatever it happens to be. But then let me develop this other thing, which I feel like could be good. Or the other thing you're guilty of is ideas that never get any further, that are amazing ideas that would absolutely blow the lid off the pot, and you don't ever do that for some reason. The Five of Wands in reverse. You're not, some of you are, okay, now I will say that some of you are, but some of you are so not competitive, it's a problem. And that's what this is about. It's there's not enough, you know. It's like if someone came up to you and said, oh yeah, you know that idea you said about a couple of weeks ago? And you're like, yeah. They said, well, you're always full of stuff like that and you never do it. And I guarantee you're never going to do it. Now, most people would be like, how dare you? And that would spur them on. But with you, you'd be like, oh, yeah, they're right. Why do I even bother? It's like, I don't know, it has the opposite effect. The King of Pentacles, which is who you actually are, okay? You're not seeing yourself the way other people see you. The Hierophant reversed. The Hierophant reversed is like a structure that's continuously being built. It's like a house that's continuously being built. I don't know how to explain it. It's the kind of image I get is knowing exactly what, you know, the house is. It's got the blueprint, it's got the plans, it's got the architecture, is all designed, it's all ready to go. You've got all the materials and all the men, and you start building, and you go back day after day, and it's a bit like Groundhog Day. It's like the walls and the foundations just seem to be still getting built, and it's never finished. And that's what's happening with you. It's like your house should have been built ages ago. You should have been moved in by now. I don't know what's going on here. The Ace of Wands reversed. You're afraid of... I think your biggest fear here, Gemini, is the fear of losing interest, which is something that you have suffered with in the past. It's the half-read book. It's the half-watched show. You know, it's the conversation that was never finished. It's the... I don't know, it's that thing where you're just like, you'll start something full of vigor and enthusiasm and then just be like, oh, and it just kind of peters out into nothing. And whatever this is, it's like your life, it's whatever you're doing right now is, you know that if that happened with this thing you're doing, it would have such a detrimental impact on your life that you just, it scares you. It's not going to happen. You know it's not going to happen because it feels different. And there is someone here, for some of you as well, there is someone here cheering you on. Someone close to you. I don't know if they're your partner or a relative, but someone is definitely with you, cheering you on and telling you how amazing you are. And you're just saying, oh, well, you're just saying that because you have to, because you're my partner, you're my father, you're my brother, you're my sister, whoever. And then we've got the Nine of Wands, which comes in with the Two of Swords in reverse. You're determined, okay? Underneath it all, you have this resilience and this determination and persistence. You are not going to give up. And you need to tell yourself that, and you need to believe it. Because Justice comes in as your last card, which is getting the balance right. And it's the balance, it's the truth, it's the fairness, it's the stability. It's the actually finally getting everything in the right measure at the right time, finally. And it's not like it's just happened, Gemini. This happened a while ago. For some of you, it happened when Jupiter entered Gemini. Was that last year? I don't even know if it was last year or this year. Things changed, like things just suddenly took off around that time. From memory, I can't remember when it was. I think it was August, possibly, don't quote me. But anyway, maybe not August last year, but maybe the year before, I don't know. But there was a shift for some of you where things have gone from being constantly hard, difficult and struggling to, and now we're flying. Just embrace it. It's still happening. This is you, Gemini. You're not an imposter. And let me know how this reading resonated for you. Leave me a comment. Thank you. Next is Cancer. Cancer, is this your sun, your moon, your rising? Whatever this is, thank you for watching. Maybe you're watching because you are a cross watcher and someone else is Cancer, and you're watching their reading. So let's see. Whatever the reason, you are watching this and it's important. We have the King of Swords. Truth, discipline, honor. We have the Four of Cups reversed. Choosing happiness. The Ten of Swords reversed. The end of suffering. Wow. I seem to remember your last reading was pretty darn good as well, Cancer. About time, hey. Knight of Wands reversed. So this is almost a move away from feeling like I have no control about what happens to me. It's all up to the universe and the stars, and you know, but also expecting the worst. That's kind of your trajectory most of the time, Cancer, is that you will be, you know, saying what happens, but at the same time I guarantee it will be bad. You're letting go of that now. So the first card, which is the King of Swords, as I said, is discipline, structure, honesty, truth, conversation, putting yourself back in control, coming up with some amazing ideas, conversations. You're standing out from the crowd here, Cancer. This can also be about someone else in your life. There could be an air sign in your life for some of you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This person is having a huge impact on you, okay? They're having a huge positive impact on you, let me say. It's like, I couldn't do this. I can get through this without this person. They are, but I also feel this is more about you than someone else being in your life. I think you need to give yourself more credit for what you've been through, what you're going through, and where you're going, because no one else can do this apart from you. People can help you and give you advice and reassure you, and sometimes even trying to reassure you is a very difficult thing because you've already made your mind up. The Four of Cups in reverse. I love this card. If you watch my channel, you know I love this card. It's one of the, probably my favorite reversed card in the whole deck, because this card says, what do I always say? Happiness is not a gift, it's a choice. Go out and get it. Go and be happy. You deserve it. No matter what life is dealing you, no matter what you're dealing with in life, and everyone has to deal with difficult things and challenges and hardships, and there's ways to be happy. The Ten of Swords, you can be happy with nothing. The Ten of Swords in reverse is coming to the end of a time that has been difficult. It has been about suffering. It has been about lack. It has been about feeling like it's just one thing after another, and what have you done to deserve this? When do you get a break? It's all that kind of energy, but at the same time, not allowing yourself to let that energy get carried away. It's like that would be really easy, and you haven't. That's what's made you so strong through it all. You've just been determined to get through it. And the Knight of Wands in reverse is no, you do have control. You have control over how you deal with things, what your emotional reaction to things are. You have control over your actions. No one else's, just yours. And there's an understanding there which is powerful, because your actions actually affect other people's actions. There is a knock-on effect. The King of Swords comes in with the Four of Pentacles. There is control here. It's almost like if I was to ask you the question right now, Cancer, you've been in control, you've done well, you would probably say, yeah, I haven't had much choice. You always have a choice. You always have a choice. People that say, oh, I didn't have much choice, I had to do that. No, you didn't. Everything in your life, you have a choice. whether to do it or not. So give yourself some credit again. And I think you need to ask yourself the question, would I have dealt with this in the same way if this had happened 5 years ago? No, you wouldn't. You've grown. You've gained strength. You've become, you know, you have progressed since that time. The Seven of Cups. There can be a tendency to living in fantasy land a little bit, but I think we all do that sometimes. But your fantasies can be a little bit dark. I think sometimes Cancer, it would be a case of like, this is how I imagine things to be, and they're going to be very, you know, it's not about you hoping or wishing for things. It's like your imagination goes to a different place where you kind of convince yourself of something different. The Four of Cups reversed comes in with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I think one of the things you probably have difficulty with is patience or standing still to a certain extent. Well, you know that saying, all good things come to those who wait. That's not you. You don't feel that's true because you've waited and nothing good's happened as far as you're concerned. That's not true. That's a load of rubbish. But it isn't a load of rubbish because you've been waiting for something specific, and just because that specific thing hasn't come to you doesn't mean that something good hasn't happened. It's when you open your eyes and you ask yourself the question, let's ask that question again. What good has happened to me? Not the thing I wanted, but what actually has happened to me that I haven't asked for. And you'll think of a lot of things, I promise. The Eight of Cups is letting go of something that has served its purpose. There's sentimentality here. There's something to do with holding on to something because it has sentimental value. But the interesting thing about sentimental value, and it will be an object of some kind or a place, or you are having difficulty letting go of it. But the reason it's sentimental is because it's in here. It's not actually because it's a physical attachment. It's because the sentimentality is in your mind. And if you can get your head around that, you will be able to let go of the item and no longer feel attached to it. The item is just a manifestation, a representation of what it is that the real thing, which is already in your mind, if that makes sense, or in your heart, or however you want to. Yeah. So you can let go of whatever this thing is, because it's just a physical representation of that thing. It's not the real thing. The Ten of Swords in reverse comes in with the Moon in reverse and the Devil in reverse. Oh, there's so much changing for you, Cancer. It's incredible. This Ten of Swords, which is the end of an era of suffering, of lack, of denial, of, and I say denial like things have been denied you. I don't mean you've been in denial, but it's just like everything feels like it's been held back from you. And I've said this before. The Moon in reverse is like seeing past what has been clouding your vision for quite some time. It's like trying to look in a mirror that's been broken. And it doesn't matter how many times you look in that mirror. It doesn't matter how much you try and see the actual reflection. You can't make it out. And then all of a sudden one day you look in that in that mirror and you think, wait a minute, all I had to do was this. I don't know. It's like, and then everything becomes clear. And then the devil in reverse is letting go of unhealthy attachments. Now, for some of you, that could be about mental health problems. It could be about the unhealthy attachment of hoping and wishing and needing a specific outcome or needing reassurance. That in itself is an unhealthy attachment. But you're letting go of it. You're saying, no, I'm not gonna allow myself to feel the burden of insecurity. And then the Knight of Wands reversed comes in with Judgment reversed. You're free. This is about freedom. This is about, it's not about being free from responsibility. There is something here about being free from fear and free from worry, but it's also freedom from expectation, which is huge. And then the Two of Pentacles reversed. You're understanding that there's going to be a time coming for you, Cancer, where everything just feels unpredictable. And I know time is unpredictable, but this is a time that feels particularly unpredictable. And it could, in the past, have left you feeling really anxious, because it's one of those things where this could go either way. And it's just, yeah, I can feel it. But this time you're like, okay, I knew I was going to have to face this at some point. Now it's happening. I put my trust into the universe to do the right thing, because no matter what, I know the universe will only give me what I can handle. That is so true. It is so true. And whatever happens here, the outcome is it's what you want, it's what you need, it's what you're meant to have. And there's a big shift happening for you. So what more can I say? Thank you, Cancer. If this reading resonated for you, please leave a comment. And next we move on to Leo. Leo, this is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, or you're watching this because someone close to you is a Leo. Then welcome to your reading. There is a reason for you watching this, and thank you for stopping by. Let's give these a shuffle. One card has decided to make an appearance, and it is the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is about achievement, or striving to achieve something and finally achieving it. The Four of Wands always gives me the energy of running a race and seeing the finish line, and it feels like it's a long, long way off. You know, you're running this race and you're thinking, oh my God, the finish line looks so close, but yet so far away. I'm getting more and more tired. I need that finish line. I need to cross that finish line. The more I need it, the further away it gets. It's one of those. This Four of Wands is saying, you crossed the line, you crossed the finish line, you achieved your goal, you didn't give up, you did it. In with the Four of Wands is the Three of Wands. Because you've achieved something, and now it opens something up for you, Leo, where you can now plan something in the future. It's like saying, oh my God, it's like saying, I've just been saving for the last 10 years so I could do this thing. I didn't quit. I carried on saving. It's been hard and I've had to restrict myself for such a long time, but I did it. And now I get to go and travel the world, or now I get to go and buy my dream home, or now I get whatever it happens to be. You did it and you earned it, and you now can realize your goals. The Nine of Pentacles. Wow, where's this reading coming from? The Nine of Pentacles, which is success on a plate. It's like, you know, one step away from the Ten of Pentacles, which is when you've realized all your life's dreams and goals, and you can just sit and retire and relax and enjoy it all. The Nine of Pentacles is saying you've done it, but you're still in it. You're still actively in it. You're still enjoying it. You're still striving. There's more to come. You don't need to, but you're going to. You've succeeded, but you can still do more. This is where you actually enjoy the fruits of your labor, where you can say, if I want to, I can take a bit of time off and I can enjoy this. I can go on a vacation, or I can just see some of the world, just experience life without having to worry about where the next paycheck's coming from. This is where you get to relax and enjoy everything you've worked for. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is the strength in knowing that you can let go of certain things. You can say that certain things have run their course and they're done, and that's okay. It's the difference between knowing that something has been fully experienced and nothing's been missed, compared to feeling like you're giving up on something. You're not. Let's clarify. The Four of Wands. Some of you, this is about your home as well. It can be a feeling of coming home, quite literally, for some of you, Leo. Maybe you have literally been away from home and now you are coming home. But for some of you, it may be that you've never felt like you feel like that feeling of being home has been missing. Wherever you live, it may just be that it's just you haven't felt right, you haven't felt comfortable, and now you've found your place. Now that missing piece is found, and you feel that connection again. That bond that felt broken has been repaired. I don't know what this is about, but it's such a nice card. It's knowing that you have everything you need, and you don't need anything more. It's, I don't know, it's contentment, it's happiness, it's relief. Two of Pentacles reversed. It's the strength in knowing that, you know, I feel happy now, I feel contented, I have everything I need, and maybe, who knows what's going to happen next, but I'm okay. The Chariot, you're confident, you're moving on, you're moving forward. You're strong, you're confident, you're in charge of your own journey, you're on the right path. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which comes in underneath the Three of Wands, which is you are now open to forging your future with confidence and realizing your goals. And the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is interesting because it's saying, and you don't have to work hard like that the way you used to. You've done the work now. There's a part of you here, though, Leo, that kind of says, yeah, but I want to carry on doing that because I enjoy it. even though you don't have to. This isn't about you losing your sense of purpose at all. But it is about saying, that thing's done now, I've completed it, and I can't do any more unless it's a bit like doing a huge puzzle and then saying the puzzle was done, I finished it, and I really enjoyed it. Now what do? I get to enjoy it, I get to watch it, I get to look at it, but I want to do it again. Do you rip the puzzle up and do it again? Or do you find a new puzzle? That's what this is about. It's like saying, yeah, look for a new puzzle. Don't do the same one again. The Nine of Pentacles comes in with the Ace of Swords in reverse. This is your time. This is your time, but things don't feel clear. Things don't feel like you've done everything yet. It feels like, it's really nice knowing that I got to this place and I achieved my goals and I can enjoy it all now. But there's more. I don't feel I don't feel satiated. I feel I need to know more. I'm hungry for more. And that's okay. It feels like you're trying to answer a question as well, and I don't know what that question is. Maybe it's just to do with your life. I don't know, Leo, but you don't even feel like you've had your breakthrough yet. You've succeeded. I feel like you've won the game, but you don't have a sense of, I've done it. I made my... I don't know how to put it. Eight of Cups. It comes in with the Knight of Pentacles and the Star. The Knight of Pentacles is being in the moment and understanding that all we have is right now, this second. And it's interesting. I almost liken it to being, if you're trying to understand the Knight of Pentacles, it's like being on a moving vehicle. Okay, let's say you're on a train. That train is moving. It's constantly moving, but you are standing still. You're on that train. You are not moving. You're still, but the train is going. And I don't know how else to make you understand what the Knight of Pentacles is about. You've come from somewhere, you're going somewhere, but you're actually standing still. The Star is the future. The Star is where you're going and how much there is to look forward to. This Star is success in abundance. It's your dreams coming true. It's recognition. It's healing. What an amazing reading. Leo. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment if this reading resonated for you. Next, we have Virgo. So Virgo, if this is your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign, or you're watching for someone else that's a Virgo, then this reading is for you and you're here for a reason. So let's see what the cards are bringing you right now. We have the Knight of Cups. Ooh, there could be a bit of romance going on here. Who knows? We have the Strength card. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. And the Knight of Wands. Okay. So the Knight of Cups could be for some of you that you are enjoying a bit of a romantic era in your life at the moment, whether that means you're already in an established relationship and it's just going especially well at the moment, or you're in a new relationship and it's that new exciting romantic butterflies kind of time for you. But for those of you who aren't in either of those situations, the Knight of Cups is really just an element of feeling like you're embarking on something that is firing up your heart chakra. something you really enjoy doing, something that gives you an enormous amount of pleasure. It's very fulfilling. I don't know what this is. The Strength card comes in next to it, which it's bringing you strength, because what I'm seeing here, Virgo, is you are embodying positive emotion and incredible positivity. And there's fearlessness here as well. There's this element of, I'm doing something I love and I enjoy, and there might even be an element of risk involved, and you're so fearless. You're determined, you're fearless, you're very safe in the knowledge that you're doing the right thing. Now, right at this point, I'm telling you everything you already know, and it's like, yeah, okay, we'll get on with the reading. Tell me something that I don't know. The Four of Wands in reverse either means that you're trying to achieve something that hasn't been achieved yet, and maybe many people have tried and it's not happened, and you're determined to be the one that succeeds. And I don't know what this is to do with. I kind of get the feeling for some of you this might be about resolving a problem between two other people in your life, that it would give me the feeling of maybe a couple of people in your family, say a couple of siblings, for example, that haven't been talking for a long time, and you're determined to change that. And many people have tried, but they've never succeeded. I don't know if that is the case, or if it's a couple of friends, or it's just that a couple of people in your life who are very important to you have lost their connection, and you for some reason feel like it would be the most fulfilling thing to change that situation. It's interesting. The Four of Wands in reverse could be that you're feeling that's the missing piece of the puzzle for you. Everything in your life feels good, and you wouldn't change anything except for this one thing. The Knight of Wands is your determination. Even though you're an earth sign, Virgo, you're coming in with a lot of fire. The fire of resilience and determination and strength, and there's a lot of power here for you. So let's see, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups comes in with the Four of Wands. You're the heart center of your home. This could also be for some of you about your marriage. These two cards are indicating a very strong marriage. It could even be for some of you that there's a proposal on its way. If you're not married, but you're in a strong relationship, either you're about to propose or someone's about to propose to you. We also have the Eight of Swords in reverse. For the first time in a long time, Virgo, you feel like you're uninhibited, and you're not uninhibited, that's the wrong word, but you're definitely unrestricted, and you're much freer to go and do the things that you haven't been able to up until this point. But I think you've stopped yourself from doing certain things for your own reasons, not because you literally couldn't do them. You've just told yourself now's not the right time for whatever reason, and now is the right time, and you feel confident in your conviction to go after what you want to go after, or do what you want to do. The Strength card comes in with High Priestess. Again, this is about this. Your belief is incredibly strong. Your confidence is incredibly strong. The Nine of Wands in reverse. This isn't about you fighting to get what you want anymore. You've done that. You've done that, and now you're at a place where you can say, okay, now I get to relax. Now I get to believe what I feel. I know that sounds strange, but up until this point you might have been feeling things but not allowing yourself to believe them. And now you are saying, okay, now I believe it. Now I relax into this feeling and I believe and I'm confident in myself. The Four of Wands reversed comes in with the King of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Cups. Something amazing is going to happen here for you, Virgo. Something that you didn't think you'd be able to do. But again, it feels like a reunion of some kind where you're going to get, there's going to be yourself and two other people coming together just to enjoy your time together. Maybe only for one day, I don't know. But it's almost like you'll have kind of resigned yourself to thinking this isn't going to happen. You'll have invited someone out for a lunch date or whatever, and that person, I do feel, is going to say no. They're going to reject you, which is exactly what you expected. But there's going to be a turnaround, because I feel like they're going to reject you, but then they're going to turn up, which is going to be the biggest surprise ever. So the Knight of Wands. And you get to return somewhere. You get to go. It's almost like returning home. I don't mean, because your home is where you are now, okay? But it's like maybe you're returning to your childhood home. Maybe it's symbolic, but you're going back to a place, and you're fixing some things that you didn't think you would ever be able to fix. It's interesting. It's quite deep. The Empress reversed. There's a forgiveness here. For some of you, this might be about a parent, maybe your own mother. For some of you, this might be about your mother who passed. And maybe there's unfinished business here. There's questions that you've never had answered. There is a resentment for some of you. And that's what a lot of this is about, is going back to the past to be able to say, I'm happy with what I know. Yeah, it's the Devil. Whatever this is, it has had a hold on you for a certain amount of time. But it's not just about you. There are other people in this equation as well, whether that's other members of your family. But it's a huge time for you, Virgo. Huge. So thank you. Let me know in the comments how this resonated with you. And as I move on to Libra. Welcome, Libra. If this is your sun, your moon, your rising sign, you're welcome here. Or you might be just watching for someone else who is a Libra in your life. Libra, your cards are the Four of Wands in reverse. This card is coming out a lot for many, many people. So there could be a universal collective energy going on here with the Four of Wands in reverse, and I'll explain in a moment. The Tower. The Hierophant in reverse. Libra, you've got some strong energy coming through. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. There's something big going on here for you, Libra, and you might already be feeling it. You might already be feeling it and you think you're prepared for it, but actually, when it happens, it's still going to come as a bit of a bolt from the blue, okay? Let's see. So the Four of Wands in reverse, like I said, it seems to be coming out for an awful lot of people at the moment. It's not only coming out in all of these public readings, but when I do private readings, there's a lot of Four of Wands in reverse energy coming out for my private clients as well. So this is a feeling. It's either a feeling of being away from home, or it's a feeling of trying to accomplish something, trying to get a job done, trying to finish something, and is just constantly slipping away or getting further away from you, or difficulty finishing something, or a sense of being unable. It's or running a race and not winning it. You know, I don't know what this is, but there's something going on up there which is making a few people feel like that. It feels like I'm trying to get this job finished, and it just keeps getting bigger. It keeps growing. Yeah, it's like having something, that sense of, not a sense of relief, but a sense of job done taken away from you. The Tower. Okay, so the Tower is really, this happens when you're flogging a dead horse. Libra, something's been going on here where you've been holding on to something which doesn't serve its purpose anymore, or you're trying to fix something that can't be fixed, or you're doing something that is just, and you're not quite getting it. So the universe is going to come along and just take it away from you, whatever this is. In your go, it's kind of like you knew this was going to happen. I get the feeling that you kind of knew this was going to happen, but when it happens, you're going to feel a bit, I'm trying to, this isn't major. Whatever this is, don't expect it to be like, oh no, my life's about to collapse. It's not that at all. But it is something that, it's the same sort of feeling you get if you lose your phone, or you drop your phone. You know, you're without something that you constantly use every day, which is actually turns out to be harmful or detrimental to what you're really trying to do. And the universe is we're going to do you a favor. Actually, we're going to take it away from you. So now you have no choice. You have nothing to distract you. But the feeling you get is like, oh my God, I feel so lost without it. But now I'm forced to get on with a thing that is actually more productive. Does that make sense? It's something along the lines of that kind of thing. So it is a blessing in disguise. The Hierophant in reverse. You're going to have to think outside the box for this one. I don't think you're too bad at that, to be honest, Libra. You are a thinker. Sometimes your thoughts are your enemy. Sometimes. But this is basically about breaking down what you thought you knew and stepping outside the confines of your own reality and saying, okay, maybe I was wrong. Now, that's something you might find difficult, Libra. Sometimes you find it difficult to admit you're wrong, especially if it's something you've thought for quite some time. And that's what the Hierophant is all about. It's saying now you have to accept that there's something else. Not necessarily that you're wrong, but there's an alternative. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. For some of you, you might have been suspecting something. This might specifically be about a relationship. And some of you, Libra, have been thinking that there's been a third-party involvement going on with your partner. And you're wrong. Okay, so in a way, again, the Tower is like saying, I'm convinced that my relationship's about to collapse because I'm about to find out that my partner's been cheating on me. And the Tower's going to come along and separate you, because that's the only way you're going to see the truth. And when you see the truth, you'll see that actually they've been faithful the whole time. So you're going to feel a bit silly, and you're probably going to feel quite ashamed, and you're going to give yourself a very hard time, but it will bring you back together much, much stronger. So let's see what other cards want to come in with this reading. The Four of Wands in reverse. Again, could be about a marriage in trouble or a union in trouble. Comes in with the Four of Pentacles. You've been trying to hold this together for quite some time. And you, in a way, you have to let this unravel in order to put it back together. The Eight of Cups reversed. You've been determined not to give up on it, not to walk away. And that's okay. That's a good thing. And then the Tower comes in with the Two of Cups. Strength in reverse. It is very interesting, and it's such a cliche that, you know, you don't really know what you've got until it's gone. And that's what this is all about. This is about separating two people that need to be separated in order for them to see the reality of what they actually have, to appreciate what they have. It has to be taken away from them. This person is your strength. That's what the Strength card is about, and that's why it's coming in the reverse position. And you will see things much, much clearer once you are separated. The Hierophant is breaking down what you think you know. The Ace of Swords in reverse is that time when you suddenly realise that you haven't been thinking clearly at all, and you thought you had been. You thought you knew everything, but you actually didn't. The Star is the future now looks completely different in a very good way. This is about healing. This is about healing from your mistakes. And it's a time for forgiveness. It's a time for... This person doesn't want to forgive you, by the way. They're not sitting there with their arms crossed and thinking, I'm waiting for an apology. They're not thinking that at all. They're just so happy and so relieved that you actually see the truth. And that you've never given up. They know you've never given up. And this is why it's so important. There's this, all of this is very necessary, Libra. The Three of Pentacles in reverse comes in with the Two of Pentacles. Don't overthink it. Don't overwork it. Don't overdo it. When you get to the point where you're seeing clearly about the truth and it's the reunion time, don't grovel. Don't apologize. Don't be self-deprecating. Try and be lighthearted about it, but do it at the right time, because you're going to need time, and I know you're going to need time with this. The Sun. This is your last card, Libra, and this is the best card you could have. This card's only come out once so far, and this card's come out for you. And this is your joy, your happiness, your growth, your success. Okay, so Libra, let me know how these cards resonated for you in the comments, and thank you. And let's see, next we have Scorpio. Scorpio, if this is your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign, or you're watching for someone close to you, there is Scorpio, not also Scorpio. There is Scorpio, then this reading is for you, and you're here for a reason. Temperance, the High Priestess, the Two of Wands, and Justice in reverse. Wow. I mean, every card except one is all major arcana. There's incredibly strong energy. There's big things happening for you right now, Scorpio. Let me just read you how this plays out, exactly what's written on the cards, okay? So harmony, empowerment, unity, balance is shifting. The balance is shifting. What is going on here? So, Temperance. You've literally been dipping your toe in the waters and thinking, do I like this? Do I not like this? I'm giving myself time to see how this feels. I'm trying different things. I sense you, Scorpio, having mixed things up a little bit, having tried something new, something different, something experimental almost. And you've given it enough time to see if this is the right fit. Is this okay? It's a very inclusive, kind of open-minded energy I'm getting for you. You've been testing the boundaries of your mind. You've been testing the boundaries of your belief. The High Priestess, it's tagged on this card as being empowerment. I have no argument with that at all. But it's spiritual empowerment. And it's emotional empowerment, and it is 100% the strength of self-belief. And nothing can shake that. It's unshakable self-belief. And that's what gives you the empowerment. It doesn't matter what people tell you, Scorpio. It doesn't matter if someone comes up to you and says, how can you believe this stuff? How can you be doing this stuff? What is wrong with you? You must be crazy to think that this is real. Doesn't matter what people say to you. It does not matter. It is unshakable, and you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You've unlocked something, Scorpio. Now, I don't know if you've actually unlocked your intuition with your third eye. Whatever it is, it goes beyond. It goes beyond what we're all boxed in by. Some of us are lucky enough to be able to have the belief to do that. To say to ourselves, there is more to us human beings than we have been conditioned to believe. And once you do that, once you believe it, it's just like unlocking everything you've been missing. So the Justice card in reverse is still, you're not there yet, and that's okay. Neither am I. Neither is anyone. In order for you to say, I found what I was looking for, means that you have stopped searching and your journey is done. Do you want that? None of us should really want that. Temperance. Temperance can also allude to someone in your life who may be a Sagittarius. Which comes in with the Nine of Wands reversed. And the Hierophant reversed. You can stop searching, or not even searching. It's not about searching. This situation is more about making a decision with confidence. It's like saying, yep, I think I've given it a long enough go. I've tried this for long enough to know that it's 100% real. I've given this a go long enough to know that I'm not imagining it. It's real. And I'm breaking down the boundaries of what I thought I knew. This is huge for you, Scorpio. The High Priestess. Comes in with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And the Empress. You are, to a certain extent, getting back to basics. You are restarting something. I get the sense it's like, okay, I thought I had begun something. I thought I had nurtured something and it was about to become something else. But actually, no. That thing I was wrong about. Now I know what I have to do. So I am starting again. But knowing in my heart that now I'm actually on the right track. The Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is how you put your ideas into focus. And again, it's this unshakable confidence and belief in yourself. It's the plans you make now that you know are going to be the foundation for a whole new world for you. And it's coming to you so easily. It's like bang, bang, bang. Like I'm not having to sit here and figure things out and like, oh, come on, come to me, come to me. It's just bang, bang, bang. And it's flowing, it's easy. The Two of Swords in reverse. There's no more having difficult choices or decisions. This isn't about feeling mentally torn. You have felt that before. Or you felt like you're not seeing everything. Or you felt like something's being held back from you. Or you're blinded in some way. Or you're being restricted. Or... No, that's not happening anymore. The King of Pentacles. So it's almost like having had your vision obscured for such a long time. And now that you're being given the gift of sight, it's going to blind you for a little bit. But you're going to see things so much clearer. Not just things, but people, energies, intentions. I could go on about this for a long time, but the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords this is where you're tipping the balance. You're tipping the balance of your own emotional resilience. I don't know how else to put it. Sometimes you have to bleed to be able to heal. And that's what this is about. It's saying, I'm ready now. I'm ready to bleed so I can heal. And then we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know. It's such a strong reading. Scorpio, it's like you've been given this empowering gift and you don't need anyone else's approval or advice or validation. Amazing, incredible reading. Let me know how this resonates for you, Scorpio. And yeah, leave me a comment. Thank you. And we'll move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, is this your sun sign, your moon sign? or your rising sign, or are you watching for someone else in your life who is Sagittarius? Whatever the reason, this reading has been brought to you for a reason. Sagittarius. The Magician. The Five of Pentacles. The Five of Swords in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles reversed. Sagittarius, the Magician. You have the power. You hold the power. You're the master of your own destiny. And it all comes down to one thing, and that is belief. I always think, when I see the Magician, I always think of the film. Oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but the guy that's building the football stadium and says, if you believe, if you believe, they will come. If you build it, they will come. It's very similar energy, because this is about, if you believe it, it will happen. And I think this is about you. You're on the verge, or you're on the precipice of something here, Sagittarius, where there's something new happening for you. And there's a really nice energy of, I just kind of know. There's a feeling here that I just know this is going to work out. I have a feeling. But there's more to it than that. There's some confidence behind it. There's a kind of concerted effort to tell yourself this is going to work out. You're leaving behind the negative self-talk and the self-doubt, because you actually come into the conclusion that if I believe something to be successful or positive, then I think it actually will be, which is the power of manifestation. We know that. Five of Pentacles. Whatever's going on here, you're doing it at a time which is not guaranteed by any means to succeed. If anything, you're doing this at a time when it couldn't be harder. It couldn't be more difficult. It couldn't be more challenging. The Magician is saying you have everything you need. You don't actually need anything else. The Five of Pentacles says you have very little, but we're talking about the material side of life. You don't have anything to guarantee or give you confidence that if this doesn't work out, then at least you've got this to fall back on. But that's the power of the belief. It's saying, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to prove that just by believing something to be true, it will work, even when I have nothing. As in, even when I have nothing material. No, I'm at the... I'm experiencing a challenging time in my life. I'm fighting for everything I have. The Five of Swords reversed is... That's the whole point. When I just said you're fighting for everything you have. You don't want to do that anymore. You're like, why am I fighting for everything? I'm going to stop. I have to stop fighting. I have to stop fighting just to be able to put food on my table, or be happy or be seen. From now on, I tell myself that I have everything. I actually don't need any of that stuff. And I'm going to let the universe work with me. Or I'm going to work with the universe. You are a child of the universe. The universe is within you. It's yours. You're not a part of it. You own it. And once people start to understand that, things start to work very differently. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Sometimes I see this card and I think, whoa, okay, this person's going to be struggling. No, this card actually says that you realise that money has no value. Strange as it sounds, because we all need money and we can't really live without it, but it doesn't have any value. It doesn't mean anything. It's an empty gesture. And this is where you're coming to that conclusion. The Six of Cups comes in with the Magician. The value you're finding and the power you're finding you have lies within your memories and your experiences and the impact of your emotional experience. The Nine of Pentacles reversed. Sometimes pride is an ugly word, and I get it. Sometimes it isn't. It is vulgar to see people going, "Oh my God, I did this myself. I built this from scratch, and it took me X amount of years, and I did all this by myself, and look at me, and I'm amazing." And sometimes you just think, why are you telling me that? Because how's it meant to make me feel? Are you telling me that because you're trying to make me feel inadequate? Are you telling me that because you want validation? It's like, why? You don't need to tell people about your achievements. They can see it. And if they feel impressed by it, they will tell you. And I get it. You can be proud of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't need to force that pride down other people's throats. I'm not saying you're doing that, by the way. That is not what you're doing. That's why the Nine of Pentacles comes in reverse, because you're doing exactly the opposite. You're just quietly, confidently getting on with what you want to get on with. But you're quietly confident and proud of yourself. The Five of Pentacles. Comes in with the Five of Swords reversed. Second time, twice this card comes into your reading. Sagittarius, you're not fighting anymore. This isn't about being the best or trying to be better than someone else. It's not even really about you trying to be better than yourself. This is just saying, I give up the fight. I don't need to fight anymore for what I need, for what I deserve. I trust the universe. I trust myself to give me what I need and no more than I need. The Ace of Wands reversed. You don't need to start again. You don't need new. I think up until a point you've probably been thinking, oh, I need a breakthrough. I need something fresh. I need something. I don't know what it is, but I'm not getting it. I'm not seeing something. I'm going in the wrong direction. The Ace of Wands is saying, no, you're not. You're actually fine. You just can't see what you already have. You don't know what is already in front of you. Once you see that, you'll be fine. And that's what this is about. The Five of Swords reversed. Giving up the fight. Queen of Cups. Giving up the fight and giving yourself what you deserve emotionally. It's when people realize that actually all those times you've been looking for someone else to tell you everything's going to be okay, or for someone else to tell you that you're doing the right thing, or someone else to tell you that you're appreciated, or someone else to tell you that you're loved, when all that time you should have just been telling yourself. It shouldn't be someone else's job to do that. It's down to you to look after yourself. At the end of the day, we come in alone and we go out alone. And in between that time, you have to be looking after yourself, not expecting other people to fill in those gaps. They will do it. They will do it naturally if you've already done it for yourself. And that is exactly what you're doing. The Ten of Pentacles reversed again. Second time. Wow, what a strong reading you're having, Sagittarius. Ten of Pentacles, letting go of the material side of life, knowing that material gain is not what this is about. And sometimes you have to give up things to gain things. Sometimes you know that actually success isn't about what I'm accumulating. It's about what I let go of. Queen of Wands reversed. Could be you. It could be you, Sagittarius. Queen of Wands reversed. Two of Pentacles. In a way, for some of you, this is actually about you giving up who you thought you were or who you thought you wanted to be, which is also a really beautiful thing. Because you're allowing yourself to be exactly who you're meant to be without fear. I'm going to leave you with your reading, Sagittarius. Thank you so, so much. Leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonated for you. As we move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, welcome to this reading. This is for your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign, or maybe you're a cross-watcher Capricorn and you're watching for someone else. Sorry, maybe you're a cross-watcher Capricorn. No, maybe you're a cross-watcher and you're watching for a Capricorn in your life. Either way, welcome to this reading. What do the cards have for you? This is a significant reading. Whatever the reason you're here, it is significant. It's important. Capricorn. Wow. Four of Wands. The Three of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. And the Seven of Wands in the reverse position. The Four of Wands. You're happy in your space right now, Capricorn. Everything feels okay. You know, I'm not going to say that you're running around joyously singing The Hills Are Alive or anything like that, but you're not unhappy. You're not feeling like you need anything. It's just contentment. Say just contentment. That's perfect. Everything just feels cool, calm, collected. And there isn't a sense for you of, okay, I'll enjoy this while it lasts because it's unusual and I'm not sure, you know, usually there's always a bit of chaos around me and this feels very, very unusual. You don't feel, you know that, but you don't feel it, if that makes sense. You're just quietly enjoying it. Quietly confident. The Three of Pentacles is working with other people. Now, it could literally be for some of you, Capricorn, this is about your work life. It could be that you are harmonizing with people in a way that you haven't done before. You're being more accepting, inclusive, understanding. I'm not saying that you're not understanding, inclusive, or accepting, but accepting. Maybe sometimes when you're working with people, you get frustrated because they don't get what you're trying to say, or they don't really listen to what you're trying to say, or you feel disregarded sometimes. But this is more about you saying, actually, I'm okay. I'm okay to let them take the lead, and I'm not saying that you're tagging behind. I think you're just, you don't need the things that you needed before. I don't know why, but there's something different going on. People are quietly supporting you. Maybe you've not felt that before, but you do feel that now. You feel that you are being quietly supported. It's very subtle. It's like, instead of someone coming up to you and saying, you know, that idea you had, I honestly was so impressed by it. It's amazing. You've worked so hard. It's more like someone just looking at you from across the room and just smiling. A nod and a smile, and you're like, okay, I know what that means, and that gives me confidence. It gives me peace, you know. And this might not be about work. It might be about your home life. It might be about a relationship. It might be something else, but it's just a really nice, calm, centered feeling. Then the Ten of Wands, okay? So the Ten of Wands is the amount of work you've put into something that hasn't been easy, and it has at times felt like a lot. It hasn't at times been enjoyable, but you've done it for a reason that is not for yourself but for others, which is a really selfless and lovely thing to do. But you have questioned it at times. At times you've thought, you know, I hope that eventually people see what I've tried to do here, or why I've done it, or there is some at least appreciation. But I think there's something here about, as long as you appreciate what you've done, that's all that matters, which is so true. It's like, I actually don't need someone else to tell me I've done an amazing job and thank you or anything. I see it for myself, and that's all that matters. We then have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Such a nice energy. Capricorn, this is like letting go of your defenses. It's like someone disagreeing with you or coming at you in some way, and your usual response to that would be to fight back, and it's anyone's usual response. If you feel attacked or feel like someone is,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
if you feel that someone is completely wrong about you, you're going to try and correct them. You're going to try and put them right. But actually this time, someone could be, or, you know, anytime someone may say something that is wrong or that you disagree with, and you're just going to quietly accept what they're saying, knowing, again, internally, emotionally, spiritually, that you know they're wrong. You don't need to make a big fuss about it. It's like, let them think what they think. I know the truth, and that's all that matters. Because it takes their power away as well. If what they're trying to do is get a reaction out of you, which is more than likely the case, by not reacting or even by agreeing with them, is the strongest thing you can do. It's the most powerful thing you can do, because it makes them then go, well, hang on a minute, that didn't work. It's beautiful. Let's clarify. The Four of Wands. Calm, centered energy. King of Pentacles. I mean, this is you. This is definitely you, Capricorn. Your confidence is strong in yourself. You are focused. You're grounded. We have Death in reverse. It's understanding that sometimes you wish and hope that things will change or people will change even. And there's an understanding here that actually sometimes things don't change and sometimes people don't change, and that's actually okay, because this isn't about them. It's not about that situation. It's not about that person. It's about me. It's about how do I live my life. I don't actually, that person at some point was never in my life and I managed to deal with that, so I'm sure I can deal with it again. Well, that situation at some point was a lot worse than it was and I managed to deal with that. Or does that make sense? It's like coming to a very logical understanding of things. Actually asking yourself the question, what would it take right now to take this feeling of calm centeredness away from me? What would have to happen to make that feeling shift? You're going to struggle to think of something. Three of Pentacles comes in with the Eight of Cups. Knowing when it's okay to say, okay, I'm done, enough's enough. I've said my piece, I've done my bit. I'm putting, that's my contribution. It's on the table. Take it or leave it. And I'm okay with that. Not needing. It's letting go of the need, the want, the insecurity. You don't need other people's validation. The Justice card is your balance. How fair you've been, how honest you've been. And it's not even about other people, it's about yourself. When you know you're being 100% truthful to yourself, that's where that confidence comes from. Because then someone comes and asks you a question, you answer it honestly. They can challenge you by saying, you're not, why are you lying? And you know you're being honest is when you can just shut up and just say, I've told you my truth. I've told you the truth. And I don't need to do any more than that. It's up to you from here on. Take it with you, do what you like with it, but I'm done. You're not going to drain my energy. Someone's definitely challenging you here, Capricorn. And they have been trying to do it for quite some time, but now it's different. The Nine of Cups reversed. And the Queen of Wands. The person that's been challenging you has probably a fire sign, or they are fiery. And they're very reactive. You know, there's someone who will say or do anything to press your buttons, to trigger you. And they're just going to end up burning themselves out, to be honest. I don't know what this campaign is. I don't know what they're doing. I would say it's something along the lines of envy or jealousy. Or maybe you've rejected them at some point. Maybe there's more to this, something deeper going on. Maybe they want to be a part of your life and you're not aligning with that, and they're lashing out. The Seven of Wands in reverse is coming in with the Queen of Cups. And the Two of Wands in reverse. You're not defensive. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to explain yourself. You've got nothing. There's nothing here for... The Queen of Cups is such a beautiful energy as well, because it's... You're putting yourself first in a very good way. And if people could do that, love themselves as much as they should, you'll find that people respond to you very differently. The Two of Wands reversed is a change of plan. And that's also okay. It's also a change of direction. I feel like the Two of Wands is sometimes you think you know where you're going. And then you think, no, actually, I'm changing my plans and I'm changing the direction I'm going in. I'm not going backwards. I'm definitely not going backwards. But this, where I think I'm going, I want something different. And that's okay. So Capricorn, let me know how this reading resonated for you. Leave me a comment and we move on to Aquarius. Welcome, Aquarius. This might be your sun sign or your rising sign or even your moon sign. Or it's none of the above and you're just watching because someone else in your life is an Aquarius. Let's see. Whatever the reason, this reading is important and you're meant to be here because the message is meant to be heard. Aquarius, let's see what's happening. We have the Lovers in reverse. Excuse me. The Lovers in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles. Oh, goodness. Ten of Swords. And the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, there's something going on here. Again, it feels like a relationship thing. The Lovers in reverse means that some of you are in a relationship and there's this problems, there's difficulty, it's a bit rocky. There's disagreements going on or there's distance. You feel things aren't the way, they're not going the way they should. I don't know if it's the problem I'm getting here, Aquarius, is do they feel the same as you? Do they agree that they think there's a problem here? Or are they saying, as far as I'm concerned, everything's good? I don't know why you're saying there's a problem. Because I think there's something off balance here. You feel something's wrong. They don't. The Seven of Pentacles is that there's a disagreement here between two people where one person is saying, which I think is you, something's wrong and something needs to change. Something needs to be fixed. And the other person's saying, as far as I'm concerned, everything's fine and I'm happy with everything. Yeah. Which is going to frustrate you, Aquarius, because you're going to be thinking, well, that must mean you don't care enough to see it. Or does it actually mean that you are seeing things that aren't there. I don't know. The problem with this is it could escalate very, very quickly and become something so much bigger than it is, which is why it worries me when I get the Ten of Swords. Because could you end up saying something you'll regret, Aquarius? You're going to get frustrated when this person, it doesn't matter how many times you bring it up, this person's going to say, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't see it, I don't feel it. And you could end up reacting to this out of frustration by saying, well, let's just see what happens then if we just break up. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. But you feel for some reason this person is disrespecting or betraying you, and they're not. Purely because they don't see what you see or they don't feel what you feel doesn't mean that they're being disrespectful. Maybe they should be saying to you, okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong, but what I am saying is I don't know why we're not seeing the same things or feeling the same things. You need to break this down and you need to find out why or where it's coming from. And that is the core of the issue. I understand that you don't know why or what this is or what's missing. You don't know. But really that is down to you to find out. Your partner or whoever else this isn't going to be able to do that. That's not their job. The High Priestess reversed means that you're off. Unfortunately, it means that your intuition or your instinct is wrong. And it's not your intuition talking to you. It's probably suspicion or insecurity. Are you subconsciously comparing your situation to something else? Have you subconsciously seen someone else's relationship or someone else's situation and thought, why haven't we got that? Or what, you may not be doing it consciously. You may not even know. Let's see. The Lovers reversed. You might be thinking, or you might come to the conclusion that actually what's missing is more, you need more spontaneous, impulsive, passionate energy. I don't know. Let's see. Two of Swords. Don't make a mistake here and say and do exactly what I said and say, right, well, we're going to have to make a choice here. We're going to have to make a decision. Do we stay together or not? Because this person's going to be like, what are you talking about? Where's that come from? Just don't let this escalate, because what will happen is with the Six of Swords is they'll just be on their merry way. They'll be like, look, I'm off. Like you decide when you're ready and you've come to your senses, you'll know where I am. But right now, I can't be listening to this. And I get it. I get the frustration, especially if they as far as they're concerned, everything's been fine and nothing's changed. Seven of Pentacles comes in with the Eight of Pentacles reversed. The Ace of Cups. So this is confirmation that there's nothing wrong here. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles reversed is saying that this doesn't need work. It doesn't need perfecting. It doesn't need, anything like that. And in fact, the love in this relationship is very pure, and it's real. No one's doing anything behind anyone's back. That's not what you're worried about, though. I don't feel like you have a suspicion that something's going on that you don't know about. And I don't know where this has come from. I don't know why you've just woken up one day and thought something's not right. I don't know why. Ten of Swords comes in with the Knight of Swords. And the Queen of Cups reversed. It's because this is more about yourself than the other person. I think you need to come to the conclusion that, first of all, it's okay to be wrong. And you need to forgive yourself for that. It's okay to feel like the balance is shifting or you feel insecure. If anything, that is a symptom of how much you care. But you need to give yourself more credit and be kind to yourself, Aquarius, because there's something here about you taking something out on yourself. Well, actually, you're taking something out on someone else, which is actually about you taking something out on yourself. That's what I think this is about. I think you feel like you've not done something, or you feel inadequate, or you feel disappointed in yourself for some reason, but you haven't quite figured out that's what this is. Maybe you, without knowing it, don't feel like you've done enough to deserve this relationship. And you're subconsciously trying to sabotage it. But this person will fight to the ends of the earth for you, and you know that. And I think you want to be able to do the same, but you don't know if you're capable. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be okay. The High Priestess reversed. Get out of your own way. The Strength card in reverse. It's okay to be vulnerable. The Devil in reverse. It's okay to be the one that needs help as such. And I don't mean that, I'm not being... I'm not degrading you in any way. But it's okay to say, I need support. I need a bit of extra right now. And don't think that you're putting pressure on anyone or making them feel that they're worrying about you. Or I think they know you way more than you realize. I think they know you probably better than you know yourself. Sometimes you can be the most annoying, frustrating person to live with. And they know that, and you know that. But it's like that typical thing is, I can say it, but you can't. I can tell you I'm annoying and I'm difficult to live with, but the second you tell me that, then I'm going to have a problem. But that's okay, because they know you so well that it makes them smile. You will be okay, Aquarius. But the reason this reading came up is because you needed to hear what you didn't want to hear, if that makes sense. Thank you. Let me know how this resonated for you in the comments. And next, we move on to Pisces. Pisces, this is for your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, or maybe you're not Pisces, but someone in your life is Pisces, and you're watching for them. See what are the cards got in store for you. Why have you been brought to me right now? We have the Four of Cups in reverse, the Page of Cups, the Empress, and the World in reverse. Wow, goodness me. So, Pisces, some of you, and this is specific, some of you might be about to embark on the biggest new adventure in your life ever, and that adventure would be having a baby. That adventure would be, maybe it's your first baby. Some of you might already be pregnant and you're coming up to a time where you're about to give birth. It's magical. You're afraid. I do get the sense that you are. There is, as there will be with any new parent, there is fear. Fear of the actual process of giving birth. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're mum or dad or whoever you are, you're worried and you're anxious and I get it. But you also know it's going to be the most incredible thing, and it's something you are so excited about. The Page of Cups feels like the birth of this new, even if it's not a baby, even if this is not about a baby, this is a time in your life where you are bringing into the world a new creation of some kind. It's the birth of something new. And it's all yours. It's yours. It's like looking at something in wonderment and saying, I can't believe, not only did I create this, but it's mine. It's the wonderment of it. The World in reverse. Nothing's going to be the same again. Whatever this is about a time where there will be your life will be described as being before this time or after this time. There's the old you and the new you. It's the end of an era. It's the start of a whole new world. Nothing's ever going to be the same again, Pisces. Let's see. So the Four of Cups reversed. You're choosing this new life with joy in your heart that most people don't get to experience. Comes in with the Strength card in reverse. You're letting go of your fear, even though, like I said, you are so, it is so scary. I get it, how scary this is. But it's a productive fear. It's like, you know that you're not afraid because because it's about the unknown. Well, it is about the unknown. But this fear isn't coming from a place of, this could do me harm. It's actually coming from a place of the enormity of something. The Four of Swords reversed. You have to come out from, this is also about coming out from behind the shadow of who you once were. It's like there would have been an element of you here, Pisces, where you kind of hid behind yourself a little bit. You didn't come out shining, you know. This is like saying, this is me now. Hello, world. You know, like me, love me, leave me. I don't care. This is me and I'm shining and I'm not afraid to show it. The Page of Cups, which is this new thing, comes in with Justice. And the Chariot in reverse. You're not in control of whatever this is. It's like You have no idea how this is going to turn out. Control is taken away from you. There's no point in trying to plan ahead. Right now, everything is just right. It's just right. It's okay. It's fair. It's balanced. It's perfect. It's honest. It's clean. It's pure. It's no cause for concern. And why worry about anything until you have to worry about something? The Empress. Three of Wands in reverse. There's also something here about you, sorry, and the Devil. There's also something here about not only is this your baby, now whether that's an actual baby or symbolic, you know, your baby, you are also being taken care of by someone else. Someone else is overlooking, overseeing, or caring, literally caring for you. You are looked after. You are I can't think of the word, but you're being held here. You're definitely being held. The Devil. Interesting card to come in at this point, because this is almost like your shadow self. This is almost giving me energy of being confronted by your shadow self and being okay with it. You know, it's like saying, now's the time. I feel confident enough to face the things I haven't been able to face up until now, so that I can confront them, deal with them, and let them go. But you feel safe. That's the whole point. Something is making you feel very, very safe. The World reversed. Three of Swords reversed. And the Sun in reverse. The Three of Swords reversed is getting through something which you never thought you'd be able to do. It's almost like facing your biggest fears. And being absolutely in awe of yourself for having done it. It's like jumping out of a plane and then going, oh my God. It's not until you're on the ground that you go, I never thought I'd ever be able to do that in a million years. But you're doing it. And you want more. You want more of that same thing, that same energy. You're not craving the things that you usually crave that you thought would be the things that would make you happy. You're seeing things differently. Amazing. Amazing reading. Thank you so much, Pisces. Thank you. Let me know in the comments how this resonated for you. But I do leave you with love. Leave the reading to you with love. And I think we're there. I think we're there, guys. That is the end of your all signs readings. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Please spread the message to anyone that you know that needs to hear their message as well. And I leave this with you with all my love. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement, and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. Until next time, always enjoy the journey.